her partner, Detective Lane. We're in her interview room in Parker Center. The date is June the 13th, 1994, and the time is 13:35 hours. And we're here with O.J. Simpson. Is that Orenthal James Simpson?
Orenthal James Simpson.
And what is your birthday, Mr. Simpson?
July 9th, 1947.
Okay. Prior to us talking to you, as we agreed with your attorney, I'm going to give you your constitutional rights. And I would like you to listen carefully, and if you don't understand anything, tell me, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Simpson, you have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak with an attorney and have an attorney present during questioning. If you so desire and cannot afford one, an attorney will be appointed for you without charge before questioning. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, I do.
Are there any questions about that? Okay, you got to speak up audibly.
Okay,
So.
no.
Okay, do you wish to give up your right to remain silent and talk to us?
Yes.
Okay, and you give up your right to an attorney present while we talk?
Yes.
Okay. All right, what we're going to do is we're investigating, obviously, the death of your ex-wife and another man.
Someone told us that.
Yeah, and we're going to need to talk to you about that. Are you divorced from her now?
Yes.
How long have you been divorced?
Officially, probably close to 2 years, but we've been apart for a little over 2 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
What was your relationship with her? What was the?
Well, we tried to get back together, and it just didn't work. It wasn't working, and so we was going our separate ways.
Recently, you tried to get back together?
We tried to get back together for about a year. You know, where we started dating each other and seeing each other. She came back and wanted us to get back together, and.
Within the last year you're talking about?
She came back about a year and 4 months ago and about us trying to get back together. And we gave it a shot. And she gave it a shot the better part of a year. And I think we both knew it wasn't working. And probably 3 weeks ago or so, we said it just wasn't working.
Okay.
And we went our separate ways.
Okay. The two children are yours?
Yes.
And
Do you have custody?
Yeah, we got joint custody. She has.
So I've been through the courts.
Been through the courts and everything. We have everything is done. We have no problems with the kids. We do things together, you know, with the kids.
How was your separation? Was that
the first separation?
Yeah. Was there problems with that?
For me, it was big problems. I loved her. I didn't want us to separate.
But I understand that she'd made a couple of crime reports, Wayne crime reports or something.
We had a big fight 5-6 years ago on New Year's. You know, she made a report. I didn't make a report. And then we had an altercation about a year ago, maybe. It wasn't a physical argument. You know, I kicked her door or something.
And she made a police report on those two occasions?
And I stayed right there until the police came and talked to him.
Were you arrested at one time for something?
No. I mean, 5 years ago we had a big fight. 6 years ago. I know I ended up doing community service.
So they arrested you?
No. I was never really arrested.
They never booked you in?
No.
But can I ask, when's the last time you slept?
I got a couple hours sleep last night. I mean, I slept a little on the plane, not much. And when I got to the hotel, I was asleep a few hours when the phone call came.
Did Nicole have a housemaid that lived there?
I believe so, yes.
Do you know her name at all?
Alvia, something like that.
We didn't see her there. Is she on a day off, perhaps?
I don't know. I don't know what schedule she got on.
Okay. Phil, what do you think? We can just maybe recount last night.
When was the last time you saw Nicole?
We were leaving the dance recital. She took off, and I was talking to her parents.
Where was the dance recital?
Paul Revere High School.
And was that for one of your children?
Yeah, for my daughter, Sydney.
What time was that yesterday?
I ended about 6:30, 6:45, you know, something like that. In the ballpark, right in that area. Yeah. And they took off. Her and her family, her mother, her father, her sister, my kids.
And the children. And then you went your own separate way?
Yeah, actually she left And then they came back, and her mother got in a car with her, and the kids all piled into her sister's car. And they
Was Nicole driving?
yeah,
What kind of car was she driving?
her black car, Cherokee.
Cherokee?
Cherokee.
What were you driving?
My Rolls Royce. My Bentley, though.
Do you own that Ford Bronco that's
Hertz owns
outside?
it, and I, Hertz lets me use it.
So that's your vehicle, the one that was parked there on the street,
Yeah.
and it's actually owned by Hertz.
Hertz, yeah, Ford.
Who's the primary driver on that? You?
I drive it. The housekeeper drives it. It's kind of a
All-purpose type vehicle.
Yeah. It's the only one that my insurance would allow me to let anybody else drive.
Okay.
When you drive it, where do you park it at home?
All it depends.
You know where it is now? It was in the street or something.
Always parking on the street.
You never take it in behind the
Well, rarely. I mean, I'll bring it in, after I come from golf and switch to stuff, and stuff like that. I did that yesterday.
When did you last drive it?
Yesterday.
What time yesterday?
In the morning, in the afternoon.
Okay, you left her, you're saying about 6:30 or 7, or she left the recital,
Yeah.
and you spoke with her parents.
Yeah, we just sitting there talking.
Okay, what time did you leave the recital?
Right about that. We were all leaving. Then.
And
Her mother said something about me joining them for dinner, and I said, no thanks.
Mm-hmm. Where did you go from there, AJ?
Home. Home for a while. Got in my car for a while. Tried to find my girlfriend for a while. Came back to the house.
Who was home when you got home?
Cato.
Cato?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Was your daughter there? Arnell?
No.
Isn't that her name? Arnell? So what time do you think you got back home? Actually, physically got home?
7 something.
7 something?
Yeah.
And then you left and...
I'm trying to think that I leave. I'm always, I had to run and get my daughter some flowers. I was actually doing the recital. So I rushed and got her some flowers. And I came home, and then I called Paula as I was going to her house, and Paula wasn't home.
Paula is your girlfriend?
Girlfriend, yeah.
Paula who?
Barbieri.
Could you spell it for me?
Barbieri.
Do you know an address on her?
No, she lives on Wilshire, but I think she's out of town.
You got a phone number?
Yeah, 470-3468.
So you didn't see her last night?
No. We'd been to a big affair the night before. Then I came back home. I mean, I was basically at home. I mean, anytime whatever time it took me to get to the recital and back, to get to the flower shop and back, that's the time I was out of the house.
Were you scheduled to play golf this morning someplace?
In Chicago.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
What kind of a tournament was it?
It Hertz with special clients.
Oh, okay.
Emotional thing with her?
Yeah.
What time did you leave last night? Leave the house?
To go to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Because limo was supposed to be there at 10:45. Normally they get there a little earlier. I was rushing around, and somewhere between there and 11 o'clock.
So approximately 10:45 to
11 o'clock, yeah, somewhere in that area.
And you went by limo?
Yeah.
Who's the limo service?
Yeah, that's my office.
Okay.
You conversed with the driver at all? Did you talk to him?
Yeah, he was a new driver. Normally I have a regular driver that drives, but converse just
Remember his
about
name?
rushing. No, it's about rushing to the airport. About live my life on airplanes and hotel rooms, that type of thing.
What time did your plane leave?
11:45. The plane took off.
What airlines was it?
American.
American. And it was 11:45 to Chicago.
So yesterday you did drive the White Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
And about what time? Where did you park it when you brought it home?
Well, by the mailbox. I'm trying to think. I told that I'd bring it in the driveway. Normally I will park it by the mailbox. Sometimes
on Ashford or Ashland?
On Ashford, yeah.
Where did you park it yesterday for the last time, you remember?
Right where it is.
Okay.
Where it is now?
Yeah.
Where on,
right on the street there.
not on Ashford?
No, on Rockman.
You parked it, right?
Yes.
Well, what time was that?
8 something, maybe 7, 8 o'clock. 8, 9 o'clock. I don't know, right in that area.
Okay, did you take it to the recital?
No.
Okay, what time was the recital?
Over at about 6:30. They said I'd come home. I got my car. I was going to see my girlfriend. I was calling her, and she wasn't around.
So you got home in the rolls, rolls, and then you got in the Bronco.
Because my phone was in the Bronco.
Okay.
And because it's a Bronco, it's what I drive.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather drive it than any other car. And as I was going over there, I called her a couple of times and she wasn't there. And she had left a message. Then I checked my message. She had left me a message that she wasn't there, that she may have to leave town. And then I came back and ended up sitting with Cato.
Okay.
And well, what time was this again that you parked the Bronco?
8 something. Early, relatively. He hadn't done a jacuzzi. We went and got a burger. And I'd come home and kind of leisurely got ready to go. You know, I mean, we had done a few things.
You weren't in a hurry when you came back with the White Bronco?
No.
The reason I ask you, the car is parked kind of at a funny angle. It's stuck out the street.
It's parked because, I don't know if it's a funny angle or what. It's parked because when I was hustling at the end of the day to get all my stuff and I was getting my phone and everything off it, I just bring it out of the gate there. It's like it's a tight turn.
So you had it inside the compound?
I brought it inside the compound to get my stuff out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and then I put it out and I run back in the gate before the gate closes.
So Jay, what's your office phone number?
820-5702.
5702?
Yes.
And is that area code 310?
Yes.
How did you get the injury on your hand?
I don't know. Not the first. I know how when I was in Chicago. I know how, but at the house I was just running around.
How did you do it in Chicago?
I broke the glass. You had one of you guys that just called me, and I was in the bathroom, and I just kind of went bonkers for a little bit.
Is that how you cut it?
It was cut before, but I think I just opened it again. I'm not sure.
Do you recall?
I was going there, honey.
Do you recall bleeding at all in your truck in the Bronco?
I recall bleeding at my house, and then I went to the Bronco. The last thing I did before I left, when I was rushing, was went and got my phone out of the Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that is.
Where's the phone now?
In my bag.
Oh, you have it?
In that black bag.
You brought a bag with you?
Well,
it's in my car.
So, do you recall bleeding at all?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was bleeding, but it was no big deal. I bleed all the time. I mean, I play golf and stuff. There's always something nicks and stuff here and
So
there.
did you do anything? When did you put the bandage on?
Actually, I asked the girl this morning for it.
In Chicago?
Yeah. Because last night I just when Cato was, when I was leaving, he was saying something to me and I was rushing to get my phone. I put a little thing on it and stopped.
Do you have the keys to that Bronco?
Yeah.
Okay. We've impounded the Bronco. I don't know if you know that.
No.
Take a look at it.
Fine.
Okay. Other than you, who's the last person to drive that?
Probably, Gigi. You know, when I'm out of town, I don't know who drives the car. Maybe my daughter, maybe.
Keys available?
I leave the keys there, when Gigi's there, because sometimes she needed it. Gigi was off and wasn't coming back until the day, and I was coming back tonight.
Yeah. You don't mind if Gigi uses it?
It's the only one I can let her use. And she doesn't have her car, because sometimes her husband takes her car. I let her use the car.
When was the last time you were at the Colts house?
I mean, I don't go in. I don't go in her house. I haven't been in her house a week, maybe 5 days. So I go to her house a lot. I mean, I'm always there, dropping the kids off, picking the kids up, sitting around with the dogs. You know.
How does that usually work? You drop them at the porch, or you go in?
Either way, no, I don't go in the house.
Is that electronic gate out front?
Yeah.
But you never go inside the house?
Up until about 5 days, 6 days ago, I haven't been in the house. And once I started seeing Paula again, I had to kind of avoid Nicole.
Yeah. Is Nicole seeing anybody else that you know?
I have no idea. I really have absolutely no idea. I don't ask her. I don't know. Her and her girlfriends, they go out. You know, they got some things going on right now with her girlfriends, and so I'm assuming something's happening because one of her girlfriends is having a big problem with her husband because she's always saying she's with Nicole till 3 or 4 in the morning. She's not.
Yeah.
You know, Nicole tells me she leaves her at 1:30 or 2 or 2:30, and the girl doesn't get home until 5, and she only lives a few blocks away.
Please go around, huh?
Yeah.
Did you know where they went, the family, for dinner last night?
No. Well, no. I didn't ask.
Maybe there's a regular place to take them.
No, if I was with him, we'd go to Toscana. I mean, not Toscana, Proponent.
You haven't had any problems with her lately, have you? Okay.
I always have problems with her. You know, that's our relationship. It's been a problem relationship. It's probably lately for me, and I say this only because I said it to Ron yesterday Ron Fishman, whose wife is Cora, at the dance recital when he came up to me and went, for what's going on, and everybody was beefing with everybody. And I said, well, hey man, I'm just glad I'm out of the mix. You know, because I was like dealing with him and his problems with his wife and Nicole, and with evidently some new problems that a guy named Christian was having with his girl, and he was staying at Nicole's house, and something was going on, but I don't think it's pertinent to this.
Did she have words with you last night?
Honey?
Did Nicole have words with you last night?
Not at all.
Did you talk for her?
They asked to speak to my daughter. We congratulate my daughter and everything because they were out of there. So.
But you didn't have a conversation with her?
No.
What were you wearing last night, Jim?
What did I wear on the golf course yesterday? These kind of pants. I didn't have on my old blue. I mean, I changed different for the whatever it was. Well, I just had on some, what do you call these?
Just these black pants.
Yeah, they're called, they had on blue. They're called, Bugle
Boy? Is that what you wore to the recital?
No, to the recital I wore, what did I wear to the recital? I wore a white t-shirt and some slacks.
These aren't the pants.
No.
They wear the pants to show their
I'm hanging in my car. Yeah.
These are washable, right?
Yeah, but I got 100 there. They give them to me free, Bugle Boys, so I got a bunch of them.
Do you recall coming home hanging them up?
I always hang up my clothes. I mean, it's rare that I don't hang up my clothes unless I'm going to lay them in my bathroom for her to do something with them. You know, those are the only things I don't hang up. But when you play golf, you don't necessarily dirty pants. You know, they get
what kind of shoes do you wear?
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes?
Yeah.
Do you know what kind?
Probably Reebok, that's all I wear.
Are they at home too?
Yeah.
Was this just to be a short trip to Chicago, so you didn't take a whole lot of it?
Yeah, I was coming back from it today.
Well, just overnight?
Yeah, go play golf today.
Okay, that's your schedule. Ride back here to play golf and then come back.
I do it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. Are you pretty good with the, that's what I was complaining with the driver about. You know, about my whole life is on and off airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, well, that's sort of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some blood on and in your car. We've got some blood at your house. And sort of a problem.
Oh, we'll take more blood.
Well, we'd like to do that. We've got, of course, the cut on your finger that you aren't really clear on.
can't be any clearer than I am.
Okay.
You know.
You recall having that cut on your finger the last time you were at the Coles house?
A week ago?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so it's
No,
been
I'm pretty
since.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
This was last night.
Okay, someone last night you got.
Somewhere after the recital?
Somewhere when I was rushing to get out of my house.
Okay,
Yeah.
after the recital.
What do you think happened? Do you have any
I had
idea?
no idea,
Did you
man.
get any
You
threatening
guys
phone
haven't
calls?
told me anything. I have no idea what happened. When you said, too, my daughter said something to me today that somebody else might have been involved. I have absolutely no idea what happened. I don't know how, why, or what. You guys haven't told me anything. Every time I ask you guys, you're going to tell me in a bit.
Well, we don't know a lot of the answers to those questions yet ourselves, OJ. Okay?
I got a bunch of guns. I got guns all over the place. You know, you can take them. They're all there. I mean, you can see them. I keep them in my car for an incident that happened a month ago that my in-laws, my wife, and everybody knows about. You know.
What was that?
Going down to, and cops down there know about it because I told two marshals about it at a mall. I was going down for christening, and I had just left our set, and it was like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm in a lane, and all of a sudden the car in front of me is going real slow, and I'm slowing down. I figure he sees a cop because we're all going pretty fast, and I'm going to change lanes, but there's a car next to me, and I can't change lanes. Then that goes for a while, and I'm going to slow down and go around them. But the car butts up to me. And I'm like caught between three cars, and they were Oriental guys, and they were not letting me go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And finally I went on the shoulder and sped up, and then I held my phone up so they could see the light part of it, you know, because I had tinted windows. And they kind of scattered, and I chased one of them for a while to make him think I was chasing him before I took off.
Were you in the Bronco?
No.
What were you driving?
My dinner. But it was tinted windows, and also I figured they thought they had a nice little
They
touch.
kind of rip you off, maybe? Is that?
I thought definitely they were. And the next day, I was Nicole and I. No, not at all.
Is she very security conscious? Did she keep that house locked up?
Very.
I know the intercom didn't work apparently, right?
I thought it worked.
Oh, okay. Does the electronic buzzer work on the gate?
The electronic buzzer worked to let people in.
Do you ever park in the rear when you go over there?
Most of the time.
You do park in the rear?
Most of the time when I'm taking the kids there, I come right into the driveway, blow the horn, and she, a lot of times, or the housekeeper, either the housekeeper open or they'll keep a garage door open up on the top of the thing, you know, and right there. But that's when I'm dropping the kids off and stuff. When I'm going in.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you say
sometimes I go to the front because the kids have to hit the buzzer and stuff.
Did you say before that until about 3 weeks ago, you guys were going out again and trying to...
No, we've been going out for about a year, and in the last 6 months, it ain't been working. So we tried various things to see if we can make it work. We started trying to date, and it wasn't working, and so then we just said hell with it.
And that was about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. It's like
so you were seeing her up to that point?
To say I was seeing her, it was we were trying. It was a done deal. It just wasn't happening. And I was gone. I mean, I was in San Juan doing a film, and I don't think we had sex since I've been back from San Juan, and that was 2 months ago. So it's been like, for the kids, we try to do things together. We didn't go out together. You know, we didn't really date each other. Then we decided, let's try to date each other. We went out one night, and it just didn't work. You know.
When you say it didn't work, what do you mean?
The night we went out, it was fun. Then the next night we went out was actually when I was down in Laguna, and she didn't want to go out. And I said, well, let's go out, because I came all the way down here to go out. And we kind of had a beef. And then it just didn't work after that. You know, it was like we were only trying to date to see if we can bring some romance back into our relationship. Just said, let's treat each other like boyfriend and girlfriend instead of, like 17-year-old married people. I mean, 17 years together, whatever that is.
How long were you together?
17.
17 years.
Did you ever hit her, OG?
That one night we had a fight. That night we had a fight. Hey, she hit me.
Yeah.
You know, and as I said, they never took my state. They never wanted to hear my side. They never wanted to hear housekeeper's side. Nicole was drunk. She did her thing. She started tearing up my house, you know, and I didn't punch her or anything, but I you know.
Slapped her a couple times.
No, I wrestled her. Is what I did, you know. I didn't slap her at all. I mean, you know, I wrestled. Nicole's a strong girl. She's one of the most conditioned women since that period of time. She's hit me a few times, but I've never touched her after that. And I'm telling you, it's 5-6 years ago.
What's her birthday?
May 19th.
Did you get together with her on her birthday?
Yeah, her and I and the kids, I believe.
Did you give her a gift?
I gave her a gift.
Well, what'd you give her?
I gave her either the bracelet or the earrings.
Did she keep them or did she return
Oh,
them?
when we split, she gave me both the earrings and the bracelet back. I bought a very nice bracelet. I don't know if that was Mother's Day or birthday, and I bought her the earrings for the other thing. And when we split, to credit to her, she felt that it wasn't right that she had it, and I said, good, because I want them back.
Was that the very day of her birthday, May 19th, or was it a few days later?
What do you mean?
You gave it to her on the 19th of May, her birthday, right? This bracelet or
Mayor gave her the earrings. No, the bracelet. May 19th. When was Mother's Day?
Well, Mother's Day was around that.
No, it was probably her birthday. Yes.
And did she return it the same day?
Oh no, I get into a funny place here on this. All right.
Yeah.
She returned it. Both of them. I mean, 3 weeks ago or so, because when I say I'm in a funny place on this, it's because I gave it to my girlfriend and told her it was for her. And that was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Told her I bought it for her.
Yeah.
You know, what am I going to do with it?
Did Mr. Weitzman, your lawyer, your attorney, talk to you anything about this polygraph you brought up before?
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on that?
Should I talk about my thoughts on that?
No,
I mean,
that's up
I'm
to
sure
you.
eventually I'll do it, but it's like, hey, I got some weird thoughts now. And I've had weird thoughts. You know, you've been with a person for 17 years, you think everything. I got to understand what this thing is. If it's true blue, I don't mind doing it.
Well, you're not compelled at all to take this thing, number one. And number two, I know Mr. Weitzman explained it to you. This goes to the exclusion of someone as much as to the inclusion.
Yeah.
Now, those who do that to eliminate people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just to get things
But
straight.
does it work for elimination?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
We use it for elimination more than anything.
Okay. I want to talk to him about it.
You understand the reason we're talking to you because you're the ex-husband.
I know I'm the number one target. And now you're telling me I got blood all over the place.
Well, there's blood at your house in the driveway, and that footstep. We've got a search warrant, and we're going to go and get the blood. We found some in your house.
Is that your blood that's dripped there?
If it's dripped, it's what I dripped running around trying to leave.
Last night?
Yeah, and I wasn't aware that it was. I was aware that I was trying to get out of the house. I didn't pay any attention to it. I saw it when I was in the kitchen, and I grabbed a napkin or something, and that was it. And I didn't think about it after that.
That was last night after you got home from the recital where you were right.
That was last night when I was. I don't know what I was. I was in the car. I get my jump out of the car. I was in the house. I was throwing hangers and stuff in my suitcase. I was doing my little crazy what I do. I mean, I do it every week. Everybody who's ever picked me up say that OJ's a whirlwind at the end. He's running, he's grabbing things, and that's what I was doing.
Well, I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna get a photographer to come down and photograph your hand there.
Okay.
And then here pretty soon we're gonna take you downstairs and get some blood from you.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So it was about 5 days ago you last saw Nicole. Was it at the house?
Okay, the last time I saw Nicole, Jesus. Physically saw Nicole. I saw her obviously last night. The time before, I'm trying to even think. I went to Washington, D.C., so I didn't see her. I'm trying to think. I haven't seen her since I went to Washington. I went to Washington. What's the date today? I mean, today's Monday. Right?
Today is Monday,
okay.
The 13th of June.
I went to Washington on maybe Wednesday. Thursday, I think I was in. Connecticut. Then Long Island Thursday afternoon, and all Friday I got home. Friday night, Friday afternoon, I played, Paula picked me up. I was at the airport. I played golf Saturday, and when I came home, I think my son was there. So I did something with my son. I don't think I saw Nicole at all then. And then I went to a big affair with Paula Saturday night, and I got up and played golf Sunday, which pissed Paula off. And I saw Nicole at the so it was about a week before I saw her at the,
Okay, and the last time you saw Nicole, was that at her house?
I don't remember. If I wasn't in her house, so I couldn't have been at her house. So it was, I don't physically remember the last time I saw her. I may have saw her even jogging one day.
Let me get this straight. You've never physically been inside the house?
Not in the last week.
Ever? I mean, how long has she lived there? About 6 months?
I slept at the house for many, many, many times. I've done everything at the house. I'm just saying you're talking the last week or so.
Yeah, well, I'm talking forever. She's been there, what, 6 months she's lived there?
I don't know. Roughly last week. I was at her house maybe 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago. One night, her and I had a long talk. About how can we make it better for the kids and how can we do things better, And, okay, I can almost say when that was. That was when I don't know, it was about 10 days ago. And then I had her, the next day I had her, have her dog do a flea bath or something with me. And then, I tell you, I did see her one day. One day I went, I don't know if this was early part of last week, I went because my son had to go and get something. And he ran in, and she came to the gate, and the dog ran out, and her friend Faye and I went looking for the dog. That may have been a week ago. I don't know.
You got a photographer coming?
No, or take him up there.